Okay, so let's dive into this. Picture a completely, uh, totally ordinary Thursday. We're at Eisenberg High in Elkhart, Indiana.
Right, just a standard calculus class. You know the vibe.
Exactly. And the teacher, Mr. Braddock, he's known for being kind of sharp, maybe a bit sarcastic.
A familiar type.
So he's up there explaining a derivative problem, and then he spots Lamar Dorsey, the school janitor, outside the door with his mop.
Just doing his job.
And Braddock, well, he stops mid-sentence, points at Lamar, and kind of throws out this challenge, dripping with that sarcasm. Well, look who's here. Mr. Dorsey, tell me you think you can solve this one.
Oh, wow. That must have just stopped everyone cold. The students probably laughed a little, but nervously.
Totally. But Lamar, he's 52, wearing his usual green uniform. He just steps into the doorway, doesn't react to the tone.
Doesn't get defensive.
Nope. He just looks calmly at Braddock, then at the equation, and asks, you mind? Pointing to the marker.
And Braddock probably a bit thrown off, right? He just says, be my guest.
And the room just goes dead silent. You can almost hear the phones coming out like, what is going to happen here?
So Lamar walks up, takes the marker. No hesitation at all.
None. The source says he looked at it like someone reading a familiar map. He just starts writing. Smooth, deliberate lines.
One after another. Not stumbling.
And this is it, the big moment. He's not just writing the answer. He's actually talking through it, explaining the steps out loud.
Mentioning the chain rule. Identifying function.
Yeah, and apparently he did it all in his head. Flawless execution, explaining it clearer than, well, maybe clearer than anyone expected, like he'd spent more time teaching than mopping.
Wow.
He fills the board, puts the cap back on the marker, steps back and just says, that's one way to do it.
The silence after that must have been intense.
Deafening, apparently. Braddock's just standing there, jaw tight, totally speechless, the sarcasm gone. Replaced with confusion, discomfort, maybe.
And Lamar.
He just gives a little nod, picks up his mop from the hall, and goes back to work. Like nothing happened.
But, everything just happened.
Exactly, because as he's leaving, the senior, Wes Hanley, who apparently barely talks, he's just staring at the board, wide-eyed, and says what everyone's thinking. Wait, he just did that in his head.
And Braddock finally speaks, confirms Lamar got it right, but his voice is flat. Irritated, even.
Yeah, the source says his tone lacked the usual sarcasm. Something else had slipped in, something closer to confusion or worse, discomfort.
So did anyone ask Lamar how he knew all that?
They did. And his answer was so simple, but loaded. He just said, I spent a lot of time with numbers a long time ago. They never left.
That hints at so much more, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. That one moment, just a few minutes at the board, it fundamentally changed the way the entire school saw him.
And it didn't stay contained in that classroom for long, did it?
Not at all. Carly Benson had filmed the whole thing.
Of course she did.
Right. She barely waited for the bell before editing that clip.
And by lunchtime, boom.
Everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, just shaky phone footage with the caption, our janitor just smoked the calculus teacher. Just blew up.
And the reaction online wasn't mocking Braddock.
No, surprisingly, it was all off for Lamar. Comments like, man broke it down cleaner than my college professor.
Wow. And get this man a classroom. That kind of thing.
Exactly that. Just immediate recognition that there was something more to him. It really showed, you never know someone's story.
It's amazing how fast that online moment translated back into the real world inside the school itself.
Oh, it was instant. The hallways were just buzzing. Teachers couldn't stop talking about it in the lounge.
Like Mrs. Lynn, the physics teacher.
Yeah. She was marveling that he did a full derivative chain problem in his head.
Yeah.
Mr. Crane apparently called it like muscle memory.
And Principal Everett was there too, right?
Yeah.
Noting that Lamar had been there for 6 years, quiet, reliable.
But totally unknown in this capacity. Floors always clean, bulbs changed, just worked in silence.
Until now. He wasn't invisible anymore.
Not at all. Students started actively seeking him out, waiting by his closet, but not for supplies.
Just to talk to him.
Yeah, with this new respect. Saying things like, hey, Mr. Dorsey, you're kind of famous now. Even a 12-year-old asked if he did tutoring.
It really makes you think about how much we box people in with labels, doesn't it? Janitor just hid this whole other dimension.
Completely. And even Braddock changed. The next day, he was quieter in class, less sarcastic.
Noticeably different.
Definitely. Wes Hanley even pointed out that Lamar used Braddock's method, just explained it better, and Braddock couldn't argue. Lamar himself felt it, this shift in how people looked at him.
So Principal Everett must have realized something significant had happened.
He did. He called Lamar into his office soon after. And this is where we start to peel back the layers, understand the backstory.
Everett asked him straight up, right,
Yeah.
about his background.
Yep. Asked if he had a background in, like, education or engineering. And Lamar, after a pause, almost like dusting off an old memory, quietly says, I went to Purdue, mechanical engineering, full ride.
Wow. A full ride for mechanical engineering. That's serious. That's a whole different path.
It really was. He told Everett about growing up in Gary, Indiana. His mom, Stell, worked at a textile plant, raising him and his sisters. Education was everything to her.
Books first, always.
That was her motto. And she had this amazing line, the world will try to shut the door, but if you bring your own key, they can't stop you.
And Lamar clearly earned that key. Valedictorian, science fairs, the Purdue scholarship, even tutoring other students as a freshman there.
But then, life threw a massive curveball. Sophomore year at Purdue.
His mother's diagnosis.
Yeah, late-stage cancer. She wanted him to stay in school, but he knew he couldn't. He had to go home.
So he took time off, planning to go back.
He kept telling himself that, took a semester off, then another, started working multiple jobs, warehouse shifts, grocery store nights, just trying to pay bills, care for her.
But getting back to school after something like that,
Yeah.
it's incredibly hard.
The source puts it so well, life doesn't wait for you. After his mother passed, things were just adrift. No money saved for tuition, no support system pushing him back to school, just survival mode.
Day by day.
Exactly, bouncing between jobs, stockrooms, other janitor gigs, security. He apparently tried contacting Purdue a few times, thinking about reapplying, but...
Something always got in the way. That sounds painfully real. Just trying to stay afloat.
And then there was this one moment, this potential turning point. A guy named Frank Booker ran a flooring business.
Saw potential in Lamar.
Yeah, offered him a steady job, willing to trade him up. Said, you're sharp, don't waste your time pushing brooms. Lamar felt hope again.
But it didn't work out.
The day before he was supposed to start, his younger sister, Alana, got into serious trouble at school. A fight, threat of expulsion. Lamar had to step in, be there for her, advocate.
So he missed the first day with Frank Booker.
He did. And Frank needed someone right away, gave the spot to someone else. A door that could have opened, the source says, slammed shut.
Well, that's rough.
And that was kind of it for chasing big dreams. He shifted focus, stopped chasing dreams after that, started chasing stability.
Just needed a reliable paycheck.
Pretty much. Years passed, different jobs, different towns. Landed in Elkhart in his early 40s. Took the janitor job at Eisenberg High. Steady work, benefits. He wasn't looking to stand out.
Just wanted to blend in, do the job.
Exactly. But that part of his mind, the numbers, the engineering brain, it didn't just switch off, did it?
No, it stayed there. Latent.
Right. He'd see formulas on boards while mopping, solve them in his head, kept his old engineering books. It was like that muscle memory the source mentioned, always there.
Just waiting for, well, for Mr. Braddock's sarcastic challenge, I guess.
Pretty much. And that moment, it didn't just change perceptions, it seemed to unlock something in Lamar, too. He thought about Wes asking for help, that connection.
And that led to the Dorsey sessions, right? Spontaneously.
Totally organic. Students just started showing up in the library after school, Tuesdays and Thursdays, hoping Lamar would be there.
They named it themselves.
Yep, the Dorsey sessions. And his style was so different. He wasn't lecturing from a whiteboard.
She sat with him, talked to him.
Exactly. Asking questions, guiding them, not just giving answers, making them feel like they could find the solution.
And it worked. You saw real results.
Big time. Kids like Isaiah, who hated algebra, started tackling problems without freaking out. Tasha, who thought math was her worst subject, actually started leading discussions sometimes.
That kind of impact doesn't go unnoticed by other teachers, surely.
It didn't. Mrs. Lynn, Coach Rivera, they saw the difference in their students. They started supporting it, sending kids his way, asking him how he was doing it.
But not everyone was thrilled, I imagine. Especially Braddock, initially.
Yeah, there was definitely some friction. Braddock was quiet at first, maybe a bit bitter. He changed the subject if the sessions came up in the lounge.
And he made that comment about blurring lines.
Right. Make sure we don't blur the line between instruction and inspiration. Felt like a dig about Lamar not having a teaching certificate.
But Principal Everett pushed back on that.
He did. He told Braddock straight up that Lamar hadn't embarrassed him, he'd inspired them, said Lamar was reaching kids in a way none of us have, and reminded him Lamar was clearly educated.
Still, dealing with institutional structures, there must have been other hurdles.
There were. An anonymous complaint went to the school board, questioning if it was appropriate for a janitor to be tutoring, citing qualifications.
Predictable? Maybe.
Maybe. Everett handled it, confirmed Lamar was volunteering as an employee, basically shut it down as unfounded. But Lamar sensed it,
Mm.
not open resentment, but resistance.
It really highlights that tension, doesn't it,
No.
between formal credentials and genuine impact from unexpected places.
Absolutely. But then Braddock's story takes another turn.
He eventually went to one of the sessions.
He did. Walked in, just watched quietly for about 10 minutes.
And then,
Then he asked Lamar, "You mind if I sit in?"
how did Lamar respond?
With perfect quiet wit, long as you don't mind learning something.
Ah, okay. Did Braddock take it well?
Apparently, the students laughed, and Braddock actually smirked. A real one, not sarcastic. They sat together that day. It was like the beginning of a thaw.
So Braddock started coming more often.
Yeah, stopped by regularly, sometimes offered practice problems, sometimes just encouragement. That sharp edge had dulled, the source says. Something shifted in him.
Did they ever talk about it directly?
Braddock did. He told Lamar something really profound later on. Admitted he used to think teaching gave him power, made him feel important.
But Lamar showed him something else.
Yeah. Braddock said Lamar reminded him what it's really about: showing up, making it count. It wasn't about the title, it was about the connection, the impact.
Speaking of titles, Everett tried to make the sessions official, didn't he? An elective class.
He did, offered to formalize it all.
But Lamar said no.
Yeah, very humbly. He told Everett, "I don't need the title, I'd rather keep it simple." He wanted kids to come because they genuinely wanted to, not because it was on their schedule.
Keep that organic feel.
Exactly, and Everett respected that, promised the school support anyway.
His impact went beyond the school walls too, right? The local reporter.
Yeah, there was some local coverage, but Lamar characteristically kept the focus on the students, told the reporter, "I'm just showing them what they already have inside. Sometimes it takes a little time to see it."
And that student showcase really drove the point home. Dorsey's table.
Oh, it was powerful. Not math problems, but reflections from students about confidence, about feeling heard, about believing in themselves because he listened and believed in them.
He wasn't just the janitor anymore. He was Mr. Dorsey.
Absolutely. He was just there by the table, smiling, talking quietly with the students. No big speech, just present.
And there's that final scene described in the source, back at his apartment.
Yeah, really poignant. He pulls out his old Purdue sweatshirt, doesn't put it on, just folds it carefully, puts it in a bin with thank you notes from the students.
Like he's putting pieces together.
It seems like it. The source suggests this moment of realization. Legacy isn't about titles, it's about what you leave behind in others.
He didn't need the degree, the official title, to lead or make that huge difference.
You just needed to show up, to care.
So wrapping this up, Lamar Dorsey's journey from Purdue, hopeful to overlook janitor, to this incredible mentor, what's the core takeaway here?
I think it's just such a powerful illustration that talent, knowledge, real impact, it can be anywhere. Hidden by circumstance, hidden by the roles we assign people.
It really challenges us, doesn't it? To look past the uniform, the job title, and see the person, the potential, the story underneath.
And what strikes me is how his own deferred dream, that engineering path, found this completely different, maybe even more meaningful way to surface by helping unlock potential in others.
Which brings us to a final thought for you listening. Lamar's story prompts us to see potential in others, sure, but what about in ourselves?
Right. What knowledge, what skill, what passion might you have tucked away, like Lamar's connection to numbers, just waiting for a chance, maybe an unexpected one, to come out and make a difference?